Alright, the time has finally come for the Season 2 School Spirits recap, but first I just want to apologize for the lack of videos lately, but I'm going to make it up to you guys in the next few weeks, so be on the lookout for that. And I think I've made you guys wait long enough, so let's jump right in. Episode 1 starts off where Season 1 ended, with Martin at the top of the steps, Maddie at the bottom, and the spirits locked in the fallout shelter. Martin then runs away, so Maddie chases after him, and Wally breaks out of the fallout shelter. But as they try to escape, they get hurled back to their scars. Maddie loses Martin. Then we get a little recap of last season's finale, showing Simon upset because he thinks Maddie is just a hallucination in his mind. Janet's on a bus to who knows where with a backpack full of cash. And Xavier, Nicole, and Claire are at the hospital because Janet backed over Xavier with his own truck. And back over at the high school, Maddie's explaining to the others what happened to her, then goes full Sherlock Holmes.
Get them. Get everything. You two search the fallout shelter and get everything you can before he does. Rhonda, we'll search the campus until we find him. Mr. Martin and Janet are the reason I'm here. I want to know why.
Okay.
But they can't grab everything because the fallout shelter is still locked, but then Charlie suggests maybe they need a living person to open it, which means Maddie needs to get Simon back on their side. So she tries her first attempt the next morning.
Simon, don't freak out. I can explain.
That just made things worse because Simon goes to the principal and has to change all his classes where he can see Maddie, which means she's running out of time to convince Simon. But a little later, while Wally's looking through Mr. Martin's stuff, he finds something interesting.
It's a map. It's a death map.
Mr. Martin mapped out all the places we died.
All right, Maddie, where here would Simon go where he wouldn't know you could talk to him because you could corner him, you could get him to listen?
Wait, somebody died in the greenhouse?
Holy shit. Oh my god. Simon is spending his lunch hour in the greenhouse.
So Maddie now has one more chance to convince him.
My dad's funeral. And you wore that dumb yellow Tommy Bahama tie your mom got you with the blue fish on it.
That doesn't prove anything. It's not privileged information.
Her name's Janet Hamilton. Fucking Google it.
So that didn't work, but after talking to the Spanish teacher and Googling Janet Hamilton, he changes his mind.
It was blue. The tie. The fish were yellow. You messed that part up. I think about that day so much. And if you were just in my head, you would have gotten it right. You just tell me how I can help.
So he opens the fallout shelter for them, and they find out that Martin has kept Janet down here for a long time, and back over at the hospital, Xavier wakes up.
Welcome to the waiting room. Have a seat.
Stand down right now. Code blue.
Episodes 2 through 4 are pretty much Simon and the others looking for Janet in the real world, while Maddie and the other spirits discover secrets around the school, like discovering they can get into their scars by using the object they had with them when they died as a key, and nobody else can use your key to get into your scar. But later in the season, they use the death map that Wally found to get around that.
I thought this was a football play in Wally's journal, but... Here. Look. It's a path.
Would you look at that?
Guys, forget Dawn's key. Here it is. This is the way into her scar.
Which brings us to episode 5. Janet is currently pretending to be Maddie and is living with Maddie's mom and invites Simon and the others over for dinner. Simon tells Maddie about the dinner and they decide to get everybody together to come up with a plan.
What if we make her think that this place isn't scary anymore? Okay, we make her curious enough to come back. We don't mention the dead chemistry teacher until we get her away from Sandra, and then we gently let her know that she's a ghost. I can't believe I just said that.
That's good. Keep
I like
talking.
it.
This is Boom Ba, the cheerleader, scores.
So now that they have a plan, they go to the dinner and try to convince Janet to come back to the school, but their attempts are not working, tensions start to rise, and Janet starts to worry that her cover is about to be blown. So she abruptly ends the evening, and back over at the high school, Maddie and Wally hear someone in one of the classrooms.
Mr. Anderson?
Maddie?
Mr. Anderson, how long have you been in here?
I don't know. It feels like an eternity because I took one box down, I put it in the car, and I came back up to pack this box. But this box, it just won't pack.
Wally, if he's in here and Mr. Martin's not.
Holy shit.
So Mr. Martin has taken Mr. Anderson's body and is now on the hunt to find Janet. And if you're wondering who Mr. Anderson is, he was the history teacher in season 1 who got fired for stealing money from the school. In episode 6, Simon and the others have kidnapped Janet and they've taken her to this cabin that Maddie's mom bought back in season 1 because the dinner didn't go as planned and that was their only chance to get Janet. And nothing else really important happens the rest of this episode, which brings us to episode 7. Mr. Martin finally finds Janet and they paddle off in a canoe and Martin proposes that they run off and start new lives in these Maddie's bodies. But Janet doesn't like that idea very much. After that, she paddles back to the dock and tells Simon to take her back to the school. So he takes her back to the school and gets on the PA and tells Maddie that she's going to want to come to the cafeteria.
Hi. Welcome back.
How can she see us? I guess technically she's still a ghost.
She can also hear you. You can speak to me directly. You have some explaining to do.
So they all sit down and Janet answers all the questions they have, which takes up the rest of the episode. But at the very end of the episode, we see that Mr. Martin has somehow made it out of the bottom of the lake and is on his way to the school. Which brings us to the final episode of the season. Janet knows Martin is coming for her, so Simon comes up with a plan for when he arrives.
Can't take her.
The thing is, you can't stop me.
See? Nobody likes being tricked.
Where is she?
I'm right here.
Then they tie him up, and before they can deal with the Maddie and Janet body swap, they have to do the Anderson Martin one first. And throughout the season, the spirits have developed this idea that you have to be in a bad spot emotionally for a body swap to work, so they have to get him to that point.
That's not it. This wasn't my fault. None of this is my fault.
Sai, now.
No!
And over in the B plot, Xavier, Nicole, and Claire are searching the storage unit of one of Janet's old classmates and find a news recording from the day of the incident. But now back to the spirits, they thought it would be fitting to have Martin explain himself in the boiler room. Martin tells Janet he's ready to explain and show everything to her, but she has to return to original form first, which means it's finally time to do the swap. So she says her goodbyes to the other spirits, then Janet apologizes for taking Maddie's body, and then the moment we've all been waiting for happens. Janet lets the body go, and Maddie's body drops to the floor because there's no spirit in it now. And here's when it really starts to get crazy.
Simon! He wanted her dead. Mr. Martin wanted Janet dead.
Simon, tell them to explain.
Guys, what are you talking about? Just coming back. Just give her a bit.
No! No! Whoa! God! Why would you do that?
Then Xavier explains that there are people who believe Mr. Martin started the fire back in the 50s to get revenge for losing his job. Apparently, Janet's father got him fired.
Simon, you have to open the door.
Why?
He took her back in there. She's in trouble.
They went into their scar.
We have to help her.
Wait, the death map. The paths. We can get to them that way. We go through our scars and find them there.
Yeah.
We're going to the scars. We'll get her.
So they all grab their keys off this table and go into their scars and meet up in Rhonda's, then head into Charlie's.
Oh, it's my key.
Maddie, what are you doing?
I can't leave them like this. Keep me alive, Simon.
So now she's in her scar, and the room starts to fill with water. They have now arrived in Wally's scar, and while they were in Wally's scar, Janet realized that her and Mr. Martin's scar are connected. Then Charlie throws Wally a touchdown pass, and they make it out of a scar. And Maddie's scar has filled with so much water that she is now swimming in her scar, and the living are getting a little worried about Maddie's lifeless body.
She's barely breathing, Si.
Okay, that's it.
No.
911?
We need an ambulance at Split River High School.
We have to move her, Si.
No! No! Let it come back!
Then the spirits make it to Maddie's scar, pull her out of the water, and head to Janet's scar.
I know the truth. You were responsible for the accident that killed you both. You wanted revenge. Why then? Why? You made her believe she was responsible for all these years. Why did you do it?
I never meant to hurt anyone! Least of all, Jan.
And Simon can't stall anymore, so they start to carry her body upstairs so that they're ready when the paramedics arrive.
No! I didn't murder anyone! It was an accident! That part's true. I would never intentionally put you in danger.
But you did. You put her in here. In this room. Over and over again.
These rooms can't kill us.
Maybe they can't kill you, but they still fucking hurt.
Now for this next part to make sense, I have to go back an episode or two to when Maddie went into Dawn's scar to find proof that she crossed over to convince Janet to come back to the school.
That's my exit, not yours.
So then they all leave the Scar, locking Mr. Martin inside. But when they come out of the fallout shelter, Simon and the others aren't there because they've taken her body outside. Simon wants the body to stay on campus so Maddie can get to it, but nobody's listening to him. And he runs back inside to find Maddie, but when he goes back to the boiler room, she's not there.
Sandra, wait.
Ma'am?
She looks at everyone one last time, then Wally says, "It's time to go," and she starts running. And the next day at school, the spirits are wondering if she made it or not, and Janet has decided not to leave yet because she still wants answers to everything Martin has said.
Wait, has anyone seen Wally?
And they didn't want to leave us on 2 cliffhangers because we see that Maddie has made it and is now back in the real world, and her mom and her friends come to visit.
Oh, she's awake. Hey.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, yeah. I didn't get a chance to tell you. I met your dad.
What?
Okay, I guess they did want to leave us on 2 cliffhangers then.
I have more questions.
So do I. What's he doing here?
Where's Maddie?
Okay, now you're just being mean. But yeah, that about wraps up season 2 of School Spirits. Season 3 comes out next week, I think on Wednesday. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.